The glass explodes inches from my face. A sharp, cold spray hits my cheek, and for a second I think it's rain. Then I see the glittering shards on the dashboard, the cobweb crack radiating across my windshield, and the heavy rock now tumbling into the passenger seat beside me. My heart doesn't just pound, it seizes, a hard, painful fist in my chest. My foot slams the brake before my brain even processes the command. The car screeches, lurching to a stop diagonally across the empty back road. The headlights cut through the darkness, illuminating swirling mist and the tall, skeletal shapes of pine trees. What the hell was that? My hands are glued to the wheel, trembling. I force myself to breathe, to look around. Nothing. No other cars, no houses, just me on this shortcut I never take, running late after working overtime to finish the quarterly reports. The digital clock glows 9:47 p.m. I'm 10 minutes from home. Sarah thinks I'm still at the office. I was going to surprise her with takeout. A figure steps into the edge of the headlight beam. My breath catches. It's a man standing in the middle of the road about 50 feet ahead. He's just standing there, hands at his sides, staring at my car. Every instinct screams at me to throw the car in reverse and gun it, but my body is frozen. This can't be real. This is the kind of road where kids dare each other to walk at night, not where people throw rocks at cars. My mind races, scrambling for logic. A drunk, someone whose car broke down, but the rock was deliberate. It came from the trees to my right. I fumble for my phone in the cup holder. My fingers are slick with cold sweat. No signal, of course, no signal out here. A low curse escapes my lips. When I look up, the man is closer. He's taken 5-6 slow steps toward me. He's wearing a dark hoodie jeans. His face is in shadow, but his posture is relaxed, too relaxed. A sick, cold feeling starts in my stomach and spreads outward. This is wrong. All of it is wrong. I go for the gear shift, my eyes darting to the rearview mirror to make sure the road behind me is clear. It is just dark pavement fading into black. I can still get out of this. I'll back up, turn around, get to the main road. My gaze flicks back to the man, and that's when I see it, in the glow of my running lights as he takes another step. He's not just wearing any hoodie, it's gray. With a small, torn logo on the chest. A logo I know. A logo I've seen 100 times, balled up on my bedroom floor in my own laundry hamper. It's hoodie, the old college one that went missing from my gym bag last week. I'd asked Sarah if she'd seen it. She said no, maybe I left it at the gym. He's wearing my hoodie. The realization hits me like a physical blow, knocking the air from my lungs. This isn't random. This isn't a stranger. He knew I'd be here, on this road, at this time. The only person who knew I was working late was Sarah. The only person I texted my ETA to, saying I'd take the shortcut to save time, was Sarah. The man in my hoodie starts walking toward the driver's side door. Not running, walking, like he has all the time in the world, like he knows I'm not going anywhere. My paralysis shatters into pure electric panic. I slam the car into reverse and stomp on the accelerator. The tires scream and the car jerks backward. I wrench the steering wheel, trying to swing the car around. My eyes are glued to the man who has stopped walking and is just watching. Then a second figure emerges from the trees on my right, closer to the car. This one is holding something long and heavy, a tire iron. It's the passenger side window that explodes this time, a deafening crash of glass. I scream, a raw, involuntary sound, and duck as glittering pieces rain over me. The car swerves violently. I'm still reversing blind, the world a chaotic blur of noise and flying glass. The tire iron comes through the window again, swinging for my head. I throw myself toward the passenger seat, feeling a rush of air as the metal whips past where my skull just was. The car hits something, the shoulder, a ditch, and jolts to a sudden, jarring stop. The engine dies. Silence, except for the ringing in my ears and my own ragged, sobbing breaths. I'm pinned against the passenger door, glass in my hair and my shirt. I can smell the damp night air, the sharp scent of pine, and the acrid, metallic smell of my own fear. A hand reaches through the shattered window. It grabs a fistful of my jacket and pulls. "Time to go, buddy," a voice says. It's calm, almost friendly. I look up past the arm into the face of the man holding me. He's young, with a scraggly beard and cold, flat eyes. A stranger. But behind him, now walking calmly up to my ruined car, is the first man, the one in my hoodie. As he steps into the light from the dome lamp, I finally see his face. It's Ben, Sarah's brother. He looks at me, and his mouth curves into a small, apologetic smile that doesn't reach his eyes. "Hey man," Ben says, his voice eerily normal. Sarah says hi, and in that moment the last piece of the world I thought I knew shatters. The cold isn't just from the night air anymore. It's from deep inside, spreading from the place where trust used to be. Sarah says hi. The words hang in the cold air, a poison so much worse than any threat. Ben, Sarah's brother, the guy I helped move into his apartment last spring, the one who came over for barbecues, who borrowed money and always paid it back. He's standing there in my stolen hoodie, smiling that empty smile. The hand on my jacket tightens, yanking me halfway through the shattered window. The jagged edges of the glass tear at my sides, a sharp, burning pain. I cry out, thrashing, kicking my legs against the car seat. "Easy now," the bearded guy says, his voice still that creepy, calm tone. "Don't make it worse." Worse, how can it be worse? My wife is part of this. My wife did this to me. The thought is a physical sickness rising in my throat. I gag, struggling for air. Ben walks up to the window and crouches down. He looks at me with what almost seems like pity. I'm really sorry about this, man. Truly, it's just business. Business. The word tears out of me, ragged and broken. Ben, what are you talking about? Sarah, where is she? She's safe, Ben says, avoiding my eyes. She's waiting. This was just the easiest way to get you alone without a fuss. The easiest way. A rock through my windshield, a tire iron through my window. This was their plan A. The bearded guy, whose name I still don't know, gets a better grip under my arms. He's strong, terrifyingly strong. He drags me the rest of the way out of the car. I tumble onto the rough, wet asphalt, glass grinding into my knees. I scramble to get my feet under me, but a boot connects with my ribs. Not a hard kick, just a firm push, pinning me down. Don't get up yet, the bearded guy says. I'm on my hands and knees on the road, breathing in the smell of oil and pine. My mind is a whirlwind of panic, but one thought screams louder than the rest. My phone, it's in the car, my only lifeline. I have to get back to it. Ben sighs like he's dealing with a difficult child. Look, we need you to come with us, quietly. There's a car just down the road. Where? I gasp. Where are you taking me? Why is Sarah doing this? It's not personal, Ben says, and the absurdity of it almost makes me laugh hysterically. Not personal. My own wife set me up to be ambushed by her brother. It's about the policy, Ben continues, his voice dropping like he's sharing a secret. The life insurance, the big one you just increased at work. The world tilts, the life insurance. I increased it 3 months ago. Sarah said it was smart, with the possibility of her going part-time if we started a family. We talked about it over pizza. We filled out the forms together at the kitchen table. You're going to kill me, I whisper. The truth of it settles into my bones, a cold, final weight. Ben doesn't confirm it. He doesn't deny it. He just looks away, back toward the trees. We need it to look like an accident, a car accident on a bad road. That's why we're here. But you had to swerve. You had to ruin the clean shot. So the rock was to make me crash, to make it look like I lost control. And if that didn't work, they had the tire iron. They had plan B. The bearded guy grabs my arm and starts hauling me to my feet. This is it, the point of no return. If they get me into their car, I'm dead. I'm found at the bottom of some ravine tomorrow, and Sarah collects $1 million and cries at my funeral. A raw, animal surge of energy floods my limbs. It's not courage. It's pure, undiluted survival. As the bearded guy pulls me up, I let my body go limp for a split second, making him bear all my weight. He grunts, adjusting his grip, and then I move. I drive my elbow back as hard as I can, aiming for his gut. It connects with a satisfying thud. He wheezes, his grip loosening. I wrench my arm free and I run, not toward the dark trees, but back toward my wrecked car, my only hope. Hey, the bearded guy shouts, his calm facade finally cracking. I hear Ben yell, stop him. My fingers claw at the door handle, slick with rain or sweat, I don't know. I throw myself into the driver's seat, ignoring the glass digging into me. The keys. Are the keys still in the ignition? My hand fumbles in the dark. Yes, thank God. I turn the key. The engine groans, sputters, then roars to life. The headlights are still on, blinding in the rearview mirror. I slam the car into drive. The tires spin on the gravel shoulder, then catch. I don't look back. I stomp on the gas. The car lurches forward, the front end grinding against something, the ditch, a fallen branch. A sickening metallic screech fills the air, but the car moves. It climbs back onto the pavement. In the headlights, I see Ben diving out of the way. I see the bearded guy standing in the middle of the road, raising the tire iron like he's going to throw it. I aim the car right at him. At the last second, he leaps aside, vanishing into the darkness, and then I'm past them. I'm speeding down this cursed road, the damaged car pulling hard to the right, a horrible grinding noise coming from the front. But it's moving, I'm moving. I fumble for my phone in the cup holder. My hand closes around it. I have a signal. 1 bar flickers to life, it's enough. My thumb finds the emergency call button. I press it, raising the phone to my ear. It rings once. A voice answers. 911, what's your emergency? My name is, I start, my voice shaking so badly I can barely form words. I'm on Ridge Road, about 5 miles from the county line. My wife and her brother are trying to kill me. They just attacked my car. They're going to say it was an accident. It's not an accident. I'm screaming into the phone now, watching the road unwind in my shaky headlights. The operator is talking, asking me to calm down, to describe the car, to stay on the line. And then my headlights catch something else on the road ahead, something small and boxy parked sideways, completely blocking both lanes. It's a white van. My blood turns to ice. They said there was a car just down the road. They weren't lying. I slam on the brakes again. The car skids, the grinding noise becoming a scream of metal. I'm not going to stop in time. I wrench the wheel to the left, aiming for the narrow gap between the van and the trees. The passenger side of my car smashes into the van's rear bumper with a deafening crash. The airbag explodes in my face, a white, powdery fist. The world goes silent, then roaring with pain. My head is ringing. Something warm is trickling down my forehead. I'm trapped. The seatbelt is locked tight across my chest. The driver's side door is wedged against a tree trunk. Through the cracked, sagging windshield, I see the doors of the white van slide open. 2 more figures get out. One of them is tall, familiar. It's Sarah. She's wearing the light blue jacket I bought her for her birthday. Her hair is pulled back. She walks toward my destroyed car, her face a mask of calm determination. No fear, no panic, just cold, resolved purpose. She stops a few feet from my window. Our eyes meet through the splintered glass. She doesn't say a word. She just looks at me, and in her eyes I see the end of my life. I see the plan fully formed, the accident, the grieving widow, the insurance money. The operator's voice is a tiny, tinny sound from the phone, now fallen to the floor mat. Sir, are you there? Sarah hears it too. Her eyes flick down to the phone, then back to my face. She takes one step closer, bends down slightly, and speaks, her voice clear and calm, meant to be heard by the 911 operator, meant to be recorded. Oh my God, baby, are you okay? I heard the crash. I was so worried when you didn't come home. The betrayal is so complete, so perfectly executed, it steals the last of the air from my lungs. She's building her alibi right here, right now, with me as her prop. She straightens up, and the cold look returns. She nods to someone behind her. The passenger door of my car, already shattered, is wrenched open from the outside. A new pair of hands reaches in for me. I'm trapped. The seatbelt won't release. I'm bleeding. And my wife is standing outside, watching as they come to finish the job. Hands grab me, pulling at my shoulders, my arms. The seatbelt is still locked, a strap of nylon digging into my collarbone, holding me in this crushed metal coffin. Sarah's voice, that perfect, concerned wife act, is still hanging in the air. Oh my God, baby, are you okay? The rage cuts through the fog of pain. It's a clean, sharp blade. I am not her baby. I am her problem. My fingers scramble for the seatbelt release. I find it, press the red button. Nothing happens. It's jammed. The crash must have locked it. The man, a new one, someone I don't recognize, is reaching across me, his face a grim mask, trying to get his own fingers on the buckle. I do the only thing I can think of. I lean forward as if to help him, and then I slam my head back against the headrest as hard as I can, not to hit him, but to create a fraction of an inch of slack in the belt. In that same motion, I bring my knee up hard and fast into his stomach. He grunts, doubling over for a second. It's enough. I jam my thumb under the belt itself, right at the latch, and pull with every ounce of strength I have left. The mechanism groans, and with a sudden, violent jerk, the belt retracts, freeing me. I tumble out of the passenger door, falling onto the wet asphalt at Sarah's feet. I look up. She's staring down at me, her expression shifting from that fake concern to cold, hard shock. She didn't think I had any fight left. He thought I was already finished. From down the road, I hear the faint, beautiful sound of sirens, distant but coming. The 911 call, they heard her, they heard everything. They're coming, I gasp, pushing myself up onto my knees. My whole body screams in protest. Your alibi is on tape, your voice is on that recording. Her face goes pale. She looks past me toward the sound. The man I kicked is getting his breath back. Ben and the bearded guy are running up from behind my wrecked car. They're all converging on me, but the sirens are getting louder, cutting through the night. Sarah's eyes dart from me to the road, to her brother. I see the calculation happening in real time. The plan is crumbling. A staged accident with police on the scene. With me able to talk, it's over. Get the phone, she snaps, her voice stripped of all pretense. It's the voice of the woman who planned this. Get it out of the car and smash it. Ben dives toward the open passenger door. But the sirens aren't just close now, they're here. Flashing blue and red lights wash over the scene, painting the trees, the wrecked cars, Sarah's terrified face in pulses of color. 2 police cars skid to a stop, blocking the road from both directions. Doors fly open. Officers get out, hands on their holsters. Everyone, hands where I can see them. Now, it's chaos for a minute. Ben freezes halfway into my car. The bearded guy drops the tire iron with a clang. The new guy puts his hands up. Sarah just stands there, her hands limp at her sides, staring at the cops as if they're ghosts. I raise my own hands slowly. I'm the one who called, I say, my voice rough and shaky. They tried to kill me, my wife, her brother, they planned it. An officer approaches me cautiously, his eyes taking in the blood on my forehead, the shattered glass, the 2 wrecked vehicles. Sir, are you injured? I'm okay, I say, and saying it makes it feel almost true. The adrenaline is the only thing holding me together. But it was a setup, a life insurance thing. She was building an alibi for the recording. She just did it right before you got here. Sarah finds her voice then. It's a shrill, desperate sound. He's confused, he hit his head. He's paranoid, he has been for months. Look at this, he crashed his car and he's blaming me. The officer looks from her to me, his face neutral. He nods to his partner. Separate them, get statements. They lead Sarah away. She doesn't look at me. Ben is put in handcuffs, his face a storm of anger and fear. The other 2 are rounded up. Paramedics arrive and check me over. The whole time I'm shaking, wrapped in a foil blanket, watching my life dismantle itself under the stark police lights. They find my phone. They listen to the call. They hear her perfect, poisonous performance. Hours later at the station, after the questions, after the statements, a detective sits across from me in a small, quiet room. He slides a cup of terrible coffee toward me. We've got the brother talking, he says. He's implicating your wife, says it was all her idea. The life insurance policy was the motive. The brother needed money. She wanted out of the marriage without losing half of everything. They thought they could make it look like an accident. I just nod. There's no shock left, just a hollow, aching cold. She's being charged, the detective says. Conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, a lot of things. You won't be going home tonight, obviously. Is there somewhere you can go? I think of my empty apartment, the home I shared with her. I can't. I'll never be able to again. A hotel, I say, my voice flat. I'll go to a hotel. A social worker gives me a voucher for a place downtown. An officer gives me a ride in the back of a squad car, which feels like a final, surreal humiliation. They drop me off at the generic hotel entrance under the gray light of dawn. The room is quiet, too quiet. I stand under a scalding shower until the hot water runs out, washing away the blood, the glass dust, the smell of fear and betrayal. I towel off and look in the mirror. A bruise is forming on my temple. A cut on my forehead is closed with butterfly strips. My eyes look 100 years old. I lie down on the stiff hotel bed, staring at the ceiling. The silence is a physical thing, and in that silence it all crashes down. Not the fear, not the panic, that's gone. It's the grief. The loss of the person I thought she was, the future I thought we had, the love I believed was real. It was all a performance, leading to a night on a dark road with a rock and a tire iron. I cry then, not loud sobs, but a quiet, endless leak of tears that just won't stop, for what was and for what never actually existed. When the tears finally dry up, there's nothing left but a strange, numb clarity. The police have my statement. They have the recording. They have Ben singing like a canary to save his own skin. The legal wheels will turn. I'll have to get a lawyer. I'll have to deal with the insurance, the car, the divorce from a prison cell, but I am alive. The sun comes up properly, painting the cheap hotel curtains a pale gold. I get up, get dressed in the same clothes that smell of smoke and panic. I walk to the window and pull the curtain aside. The city is waking up. Cars are moving. People are walking to work, to school, living their normal, unremarkable lives. I take out the cheap prepaid phone the social worker gave me. I stare at it for a long minute. Then I dial the only number I know by heart, besides the one that now belongs to a woman in a jail cell. It rings 3 times before he answers, his voice gruff with sleep. "Hello, Dad," I say, and my voice cracks on the word. "It's me. I need to tell you something. Something happened." There's a pause on the other end. Then the sound of sheets rustling, a light clicking on. "Okay," my father says, his voice instantly alert, solid, and sure. "I'm listening. Tell me everything." And I do. I start from the beginning. The first crack in the windshield, the rock, the hoodie, Ben's face, Sarah's voice in the dark. As I speak, the sun climbs higher, filling the room with a clean, new light. The road ahead is long, and it's broken, and it's nothing like the one I thought I was on. But for the first time since the glass exploded, I am the one who's driving.